there is the presence of the AGG or the Schneider-Garner sequence, meaning a few nucleotide downstream, you have the AUG, so that is the start codon. So the IF1 and IF3 will bind to the ribosome so that the small subunit will dissociate. And then you should know the function of IF1 and IF3. Okay. So the Schneider-Garner sequence will bind to the small subunit specifically on the 16S rRNA, and there's a formation of hydrogen bond and then charging of the tRNA. Pagka nagsabing charged kayo, so you will use the amino acyl tRNA synthetase so that the amino acid will bind to the tRNA, forming amino acyl adenylic acid. So this is the converted form of amino acid. Now specifically, this is methionine. When this is charged, it forms into formyl methionine. And then yung AUG dyan, you put it on the P side. Okay? So the charged tRNA will bind to the P site of the ribosome under the direction of IF2. So the IF3 is released. And then the large subunit will bind to the small subunit, forming the 70S complex. And pag IF2 pala, maglalabas siya again, so that IF1 and F2 will release. Okay. Okay, comes again another charged tRNA. So using the amino acyl tRNA synthetase, so this is converted into a charged tRNA. Now the amino acid is threonine. And the charged tRNA will bind to the ribosome on the A site using the EFTU. Of course, with the use of GTP to provide energy. Okay. And sunod, then there is a formation of peptide bond with the use of an enzyme peptidyl transferase. So, magkakaroon siya ng peptide bond. Okay. And with the use of enzyme EFG, translocation will occur. Therefore, there is now the uncharging of the tRNA, and there is a movement of the tRNA from P to E site, and then this will be ejected out, and then from A to P site. Kaya meron siyang parang tunnel dyan lumalabas. So, bakante na naman. Here comes again another tRNA. So, you charge it again using amino acyl tRNA synthetase. And the amino acid is histidine. And the EFTU should be charged first with will be generated by EFTS so that you can use the EFTU so that it will bring into the A site. Formation again of peptide bond using the peptidyl transferase. O, ganun yun. So on and so forth. And with the use of EFG, okay, uncharging of the tRNA. Okay, uncharging, tapos translocation will occur from P to E site and then release or ejected then from A to P site. And the process will be same. O, assuming nandyan tayo. Sige. Pag sabi nag-translocate ha, ang gumagalaw yung mRNA ha. So, kasabay na gumagalaw yung tRNA, gumaganon. Okay? O, assuming nandito tayo sa dulo. On the last part. So, what happened here is formation of dipeptide bond, formation of tripeptide bond, and later, the polypeptide chain. Ayan. So, ganyan na magiging itsura. Practice niya para mabilis kayo. So, nandito tayo sa P site. And then, this is now, ito naman.
Sorry, ma'am. Kami nag-text.
O nga. O, nasa P site na. And then, when the time that the stop codon is located on the A site, o example, UAA, what release factor is used? Hoy, ano nang gagamitin? Okay, so the RF3 will generate RF1. Okay. So you put it along on the A side so that there is a dissociation or release of the polypeptide chain from the ribosome. Lalabas na yan. Okay, this is now the polypeptide chain. Okay, so this one will be translocated and will be ejected out of the ribosome. And then, anong susunod? The IF1 and IF3 again will be used. Asan yung IF3? Okay, so that there is a dissociation of the monosome and then there's a release of the messenger RNA. So the product is what? A polypeptide chain which is processed to become protein. Tapos.
Oh my God, 5 minutes.